What you are about to hear is the story of 5 people the world trusted completely, and what they did with that trust. The waiting room was quiet, warm. Patients flipped through magazines. A nurse smiled at the door. And the doctor? Everyone loved the doctor. He remembered your name. He came to your home. He held your hand when no one else would. He was also ending lives. Deliberately, methodically, for decades. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody. Today we are going to be exploring 5 monsters who fooled everyone around them. And trust me, by the time we reach number 1, you will question everything you think you know about reading people. Number 5. A grandmother who placed ads in the newspaper, looking for love, and found something far darker instead. Her name was Belle Sorensen Gunnis, and between the years of 1900 and 1908, she ran a farm in LaPorte, Indiana, in the United States. To her neighbors, she was a hard-working Norwegian immigrant widow, sturdy, practical, a mother raising her children alone. People respected her. But Belle had placed personal ads in Norwegian-language newspapers across the Midwest. She invited lonely, wealthy men to come meet her, to bring their savings, to start a new life together. They came. They were never seen again.
At least 14 men vanished after responding to her ads, possibly more. When investigators finally searched her farm in 1908 after a suspicious fire, they found dismembered remains buried in the hog pen. Children's bones, adult bones, a collection of human beings reduced to evidence. Belle herself was never found. Whether she died in that fire or walked away, nobody knows to this day. History forgot her face, but the farm remembered everything. Coming in at number 4, a man who threw parties for children and posed for photos with the First Lady of the United States. John Wayne Gacy Jr. was a building contractor and community activist in Norwood Park Township, Illinois. He organized neighborhood events, he volunteered, he dressed as Pogo the Clown to entertain sick children at hospitals. Between 1972 and 1978, he took the lives of at least 33 young men and boys. Most of their remains were found beneath his house, beneath the floors he had built with his own hands. When investigators searched his home in December 1978, the full weight of what had been hidden there took days to process. 33 confirmed victims, possibly more. Some were never
ever identified. John Wayne Gacy was convicted on March 13, 1980, in Cook County, Illinois. He spent 14 years on death row painting self-portraits, including paintings of himself as Pogo the Clown, which sold at auction. The clown suit hung in his closet the entire time, and nobody had asked a single question. Halfway through, and already this list has taken something from you. That comfortable feeling of trusting a face. Stay with me, because what's coming in the top 3 goes even deeper than you expect. At number 3, a man so beloved in his country that when he was finally caught, millions of his own people simply refused to believe it. Luis Alfredo Garavito Cubillos was known in Colombia as La Bestia, the Beast. But before that name, before the truth, he was known as a street vendor, a religious man, someone who gave candy to children, who talked to them gently, who seemed harmless. Between 1992 and 1999, Luis Alfredo Garavito Cubillos confessed to taking the lives of at least 138 children across Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela, mostly young boys living in poverty. The actual number is believed to be far higher. Some estimates go above 300.
When he was finally caught in 1999, investigators matched his confessions to cases across 59 different towns. He had traveled constantly. He had never stopped. And in every town, he had simply looked like a nice man on the street. He received a reduced sentence for cooperating with investigators. Under Colombian law at the time, he was eligible for release. He has since remained in custody, But the legal battles over his freedom have never fully ended. History gave him a name. The children he took never got the chance to grow into theirs. We're almost at number 1, and I promise you, nothing so far comes close to what's coming. Stepping in at number 2, a woman who stood in front of cameras, gave speeches about protecting children, and ran one of the most trusted youth programs in American history. Her name was Georgia Tann, and between 1924 and 1950, she ran the Tennessee Children's Home Society in Memphis, Tennessee. She placed thousands of children with wealthy adoptive families, including celebrities and politicians. She was praised in national magazines. She was considered a pioneer of modern adoption. What the magazines didn't know, or didn't print, was that Georgia Tann was stealing children. From poor families, from single mothers, from hospital wards. She took babies without consent, forged documents, and sold them. She is believed to have taken somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 children over 26 years. Hundreds died in her care under unknown conditions. She died on September 15th, 1950, just days before a formal investigation would have put her in prison. She died in her bed, with her reputation still largely intact. It took decades for the full truth to emerge, for the stolen adults, now grown, to find out where they had actually come from. Some of them are still searching. And finally, number 1. This one is different from the others, because the others operated in shadows, in basements, on farms, in back rooms. This man operated in a doctor's surgery, in the light, with a stethoscope around his neck and a kind word for every patient who walked through his door. His name was Harold Frederick Shipman, and he was a general practitioner, a family doctor, in Hyde, Greater Manchester, England. His patients adored him. When he visited elderly patients at home, they asked for him specifically. When other doctors seemed rushed or cold, Harold Shipman sat down. He listened. He remembered details. He was described again and again as the good doctor. He is now believed to have taken the lives of at least 215 of his own patients, mostly elderly women, by administering fatal doses of diamorphine. The real number may be higher. A formal inquiry led by Dame Janet Smith concluded in 2002 that the true figure could reach 250 or more. He was convicted on January 31st, 2000, on 15 counts. But the investigation that brought him down only began because one doctor, a local general practitioner named Linda Reynolds, noticed an unusual pattern of death certificates he had signed. She raised concerns. She was initially dismissed.
The practice of medicine depends on trust. Harold Shipman exploited that trust in the most profound way imaginable.
He never confessed. He never explained. He took his own life in his prison cell on January 13th, 2004, one day before his 58th birthday, and left no note. The families of his patients never got an answer. Just a closed door and silence. 5 people, 5 completely different lives, 5 completely different methods, and one thing they all shared: the ability to make the people around them feel safe. That's the part that stays with you, not the crimes themselves, but the ordinary moments that surrounded them. The thank you cards, the handshakes, the photographs. History asks us to learn from the past, but these 5 remind us that the hardest thing to see is what's hiding in plain sight. If any of these stories stayed with you, drop the one that hit hardest in the comments. I read every single one. Before you go, watch next. Before you go, imagine finding a declassified government document that proves your own leaders planned to deceive you into a war. That document exists. That video is waiting for you right now. It's the perfect next watch. You need to see it.